Carson has our look at the forecast, and it is a messy one.
It is. We were trying to listen, like, I feel like our roof in the studio is whistling a little.
It does. When the wind picks up enough. Don't worry, it happens. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's happened before.
It's fine. So you don't even need me. Well, if the wind gusts to 41, then there's a little whistle that comes out of the corner of this studio. It is starting to get windier out there, but what a wild night. It's been, it was cold and icy this morning, and then we flipped in some cases temperatures. Watch these temperatures flip. Look at Lewiston, for example. And so at 33, 52, 53. In Portland, we jumped from the mid-30s to 50 degrees in 25 minutes or 23 minutes, something like that. Wild wind shift here and a lot of rain still coming. We're trying to find that squall line. Ryan and I were just looking at it. It's right here. See that thin little line? And there's actually some thunder with it just offshore down across the south shore of Massachusetts. So this line is what's going to be working through and giving us our chance for our strongest wind gusts, which means the mesoscale models were pretty on time with this, between 7 and 10 over southern and western Maine. There it is. So it's down here, and they're projecting it's here by 7, which makes sense. And that's going to be our window, 7 to 10 over southern Maine for the strongest wind gusts, potentially a rumble of thunder and some heavy rainfall as well. It'll be a little bit closer to 10 to midnight into the mid-coast, and then midnight to 2 a.m. over parts of down east Maine. And down east Maine certainly will have the best chance to see the strongest winds. In fact, we've already gusted over 40 miles an hour in a lot of locations into the down east coast, and we haven't even gotten the squall line up there. So I think we're on the way to see some pretty big wind totals there. Now, on the back end of this, it's still windy all night. Even though we only have about an hour of really strong wind potential, it is windy all night. But I'd say if this squall line comes through and your lights are still on within reason, unless they need to shut your part down to fix another part, you should be good. So it's really that one squall line coming through tonight that gives us our best chance of losing power. Then the winds shift west-northwest, and it's cold, but finally quiet behind it. So our wind map hasn't changed much. If you have a good eye, you'll notice that we pulled this just a little bit farther east because it just doesn't look like the jet stream's going to set up in time for western Maine. But 50 to 60 miles an hour over the southern coast, 60 to 70 miles an hour into the mid-coast and down east Maine. And again, a lot of locations there have already gusted over 40 miles an hour, and we haven't even gotten the squall line up that way. So I think this will certainly be the spot where we see the strongest winds. In addition to that, rainfall amounts 1.5 inches already in a lot of spots. Models putting down another 1 to 1.5 inches, so that would put us close to 3 inches in quite a few spots. Good news is the snowpack hung pretty tough during the day today in the mountains, so we didn't immediately just obliterate that snow and start moving it over to liquid, and that will help us with flooding. Still, we've got gauges and projections for flooding, and it looks like Kennebec River could be in minor flood stage tomorrow, and then the Swift River minor flooding tonight, and Saco looks like near minor. It's right on the line depending on how much rain is upstream tomorrow. So we've got some of this, but it's not like what we saw last year, which I think we've been clear about this entire time. So it'll be about power outages here, Amanda, and that's part science, part art. I've seen some times where we've gusted briefly to the upper 50s to around 60 with some power outages, not a ton. I've seen other times where we've gusted into the mid-50s and had a lot. So that's something we're just going to have to see as that squall line comes through, what it happens to hit and how that all plays out.
Yeah, and if you're out driving, be aware of that standing water, too, that's collecting on roads. All right, Keith, thank you.